So before I move into the presentation, let me take you to a quick tour on what actually we do in our laboratory. So basically, I belong to Advanced Signal and Image Processing Lab, which I'm heading right now, and we work mainly in filter design, biomedical image processing, elderly care systems, agriculture, and image quality assessment. So as the name says that the lab is about basically dealing with the signals and image processing. So we work in core signal processing area where we do the analytical studies for the filters. It's the same filter what we study in DSP, the IR filters, finite impulse response filter. And we see if they are stable in the presence of various unwanted things. When I say unwanted thing, it means that in the presence of non-linearities or extra delay or some kind of disturbance or some uncertainties present in the system. In presence of them, what is the behavior of the system? And so we do a lot of analysis in that, like by using various lemmas, various theorems, and various results which are available already in the literature. So we see that how we can develop new uh, results by taking help of them. Then the next very much key area is biomedical image processing, where we have moved from that one-dimensional system mainly to two-dimensional. So in filter design also we have some work in two-dimensional system, but for biomedical image processing we concentrate properly on these 2D images, and we deal with several types of imaging modalities such as ultrasound, fundus, and yeah, mainly on ultrasound we have worked, and then there basically what we try to do is we try to identify if there is any kind of abnormality, no, in the, like for example in kidney, or for example in liver, or all those things. If there is any problem, or in the fetal images if there is any issue, so we look into the images and we try to give a helping hand, or no, a second opinion system for the doctors, where the development can basically assist them in diagnosing the things properly, because you know that for disease diagnosis even there will be a huge difference of opinion among the doctors. Then we have this elderly care system where we work for development of some hardware or systems which can be for the help of elders basically, and elders in the case, the people who are suffering from some breathing issues basically, if they are suffering from sleep apnea. Then agriculture system basically, here also we work with the agriculture images and all. We are trying to apply the biomedical, the engineering concepts to the analysis of this domain, so that it can either give you the correct count of the yielding, or it will help you to identify the disease, and then it will guide you through like what next should be done. We have also done some work in environmental parameters, like to check the environmental parameters and see what actually is going on, and then according steps can be taken by the people. And another area is image quality assessment, image and video, in fact. So where we try to see that what is the quality of images and videos, and if, and of course nothing can be perfect, and so the images and videos. So then how we can improvise the quality so that doctors can see those videos properly, especially in endoscopic images and videos where a small camera is inserted in your body to get the clear image. So how can you see properly, or like that how to remove the haze? No, haze is nothing but it's like shake, because of which you get the hazy images. So how can you do implement some algorithms which can actually remove the effect of these hazy things, or noise, or some blurriness which you are getting in this process? So before we dive into the presentation for today, let us see that what actually we are going to discuss. So we will be talking about the basic trends and major findings, and what do you need to implement some algorithms in your system, and then how can you take the research into the next direction. So this particular diagram shows the timeline of healthcare evolution. So as you can see that from 18th century to 21st century, the healthcare has come a long way from the no, from the very ancient ways of medicine, or the natural ways of medicine, like there were which were there in the 18th century, to now where we are using latest state of art techniques, and making use of AI and the latest medicines, all those things which are there we are using in 21st century. So the evolution of healthcare, you can see, like uh, we have moved from natural healing to such advanced, in fact, personalized digital care. So in 18th century, the concentration was more on vaccination, sanitization, and germ theory. Like this was a real struggle by then. Then slowly it has moved to antibiotics and all the no, the development of these things. Further in 20th century, we have got this computers. So basically, imaging and computers have helped us a lot in taking this research in another direction, or the healthcare domain really got benefit because of this, and which was further taken forward by, of course, AI, telemedicine, and automatic health monitoring systems, everything which is belonging to this 2010, and anything which is greater than 2020 is here 5.0 category, which is basically personalized care. So yeah, so this is another way of seeing the previous image. As you can see that healthcare is having five different stages: healthcare 1.0, 2.0, 3.0, 4.0, and 5.0. So 1.0 was the era of production, and as I already told that it was from natural substances, a natural herb system, to medicine we have moved. So basically, started from natural substances, sanitization, germ theory, etc. And the main focus by then was on public health and evidence-based treatment. In healthcare 2.0, the development was basically in antibiotics, X-rays, and that was the era of industrialization basically. So by then, the mass production, value chain, and all this was these were the main focus. Then we got medical healthcare 3.0, where image recognition, microtechnology, computer imaging, and the more focus was there on the automation of the system. So that was the time when information technology was really picking up and boosting the entire setup of healthcare. Then healthcare 4.0, we have no, we concentrated on communication and microtechnologies along with AI, precision, and telemedicine. This is nothing but the digitalization of healthcare, where the main focus was in smart health and business models of that. And now we are in healthcare 5.0, where, as I said, that it is about digital wellness, lifelong partnership, all those things. So now the concentration is more towards the personalization. So basically, the customer model is something which we are focusing right now more in this era. So what is this AIoT basically like? This as you can see that healthcare has got developed all over a long way from 18th century to 2021. So what exactly is AIoT? The thank you has to go to this AI, which has changed a lot of things in a very short span of time. So what is AIoT? So as you can see in the diagram, that AIoT is nothing but it's a combination of internet, AI, as well as things. Right? So basically, when you have this, as you can see that it's a no intersection of these three. Intelligent things are there as a part of things, and then Internet of Things are there. And as a part of internet, you have Internet of Things and intelligent internet. And from AI, it is intelligent things and intelligent internet. When we take the intersection of these three, that gives you AIoT. And why do we know? Why do we need this AIoT? What was the necessity? What was missing earlier that has motivated you to create something likewise? Anyone would like to say something? Okay. So as we can clearly understand that Internet of Things is nothing but it's a combination of two words, the AI technologies and IoT infrastructure, where the implementation of AIoT is no, majorly depending on or backing on the infrastructure which is developed for no, which is basically developed as Internet of Things infrastructure, and this is to create better human machine interaction as well as enhanced data management and analytics. So what it does basically, so in the era of AI, we are majorly focusing or dependent on computers. So this is nothing but the simulation of human intelligence process by machines, especially computer systems and no, some personalized AI, and goes along with natural language processing, machine learning, computer vision, etc. So what is basically AIoT? IoT is nothing but if you see the proper definition of Internet of Things, it is nothing but it's a system where everything is connected with other things. It is connected 24 bar 7, gives you support 24 bar 7. So it's basically any type of connection for any log time by any number of people. If, if it is used likewise, then we call that system as IoT system. For example, a thing in AIoT can be, it can be any person's no, heart monitoring system or any sensor which is fetching the data, any sensor like the smartwatch sensor which is fetching the data and storing in some cloud through app or any such thing, right? So when all these things are happening, when you are having this much data involved from one stage to another stage, we also need to process the data and share the data. For doing this, we are having four different layers in this communication channel. Basically, we have this perception layer. Perception layer is nothing but it is a layer that perceives the information. Perceives the information. Or it fetches the information or collects the data. So from where will it collect the data? It will collect the data from the sensors. Similarly, the next layer is network layer. So basically, any infrastructure that enables internet connection, including communication protocol, will fall into network layer. Now, connection uh, connection is done. Now that has to be supported. It has to be supported in the sense the data has to be stored somewhere, right? For managing, for processing, for viewing it again. So all those things are supported by the support layer, which basically helps to accumulate and manage data streams like cloud computing and AI, IoT platform. And then comes the last, the application layer. So what is application layer? Anything that serves for delivering solutions, data presentation, any sort of report or any such thing which basically serves the client or no, whatever your requirement is. If it gives the information properly, that falls into the category of application there. Okay, if you see the overall IoT based platform, a cloud centric AIoT based platform for any healthcare system, it is something likewise. So basically, we have this Fitbit, a smartwatch, or vehicle autonometer. What all these things, no, they do. They, yeah, what these things do? Basically, anyone? All right. I hope I'm audible.
Yes, madam.
So basically, these are nothing but the sensors. They are smart sensors which are basically fetching the information. So that information, when we are fetching it, can either be stored in mobile or through tablet. So and then it will be able to create you the electronic health record for the particular person. Once this data is fetched and you have got it in your computer via the channel, then the data must be stored somewhere in the cloud. And why it should be stored in the cloud? Because you have huge data. You have huge data as well as you want to view this data from any place. So once the data is stored in this one, then the healthcare service provider will access the data. They will curate data and models. They will identify whether it is no, giving you the correct result or not. And once we have this healthcare service provider data available, then the consumers are doctors and researchers. So let us say there is a lot of data has been created. So either we use as a researcher, we want the data for training our model or so that our system can understand it better. Or otherwise, we have of course the doctors. Okay, so this IoT healthcare market perspectives from the robotic system. What do we say about this? You see, medical equipments are very sophisticated. They are very fragile. They are, fragile in the sense. I mean, you need good expertise. They are very sophisticated. But now the combination of AI and sophisticated medical equipment that has made steel those equipments, no, the equipment has made the term this robotic surgery as part of the reality, right? Because now you know that many hospitals are performing the robotic surgery. So basically, why it is needed? Because it will give you the better efficiency and it will be able to perform the delicate surgery as well as anyone can control it from a distance place. Okay, what is the economic impact of IoT devices and applications? If you see, there are so many sectors such as manufacturing, healthcare, electricity, security, agriculture, vehicle, and so many other miscellaneous. If you see the share of healthcare market, that is very high. It's 41%. So basically, that is what spending time and understanding the concepts in this direction because it is having the largest impact on our economy when you deal or produce some kind of system or to do some work or develop some algorithms which are useful in healthcare. They are always better in demand. All right. So, when you say the smart hospital as the future of IoT in healthcare, what is the meaning of smart? Smart means something which goes paperless, secure, and cost saving. Something which can do all these things or do minimum wastage and without minimum uh, human interaction. Those things can be kept in the category of smart. Apart from that, the IoT will also provide you the 24-hour elderly care, right? Sorry. So after this discussion that AI is important, IoT is important, can you put some light on this particular image? Yeah, please, someone please tell me what is the difference in these two images?
First, this is about the crowd, and in general, we can talk about the publicity and unavailability of resources.
Yeah, that's very much true. Thank you. So basically, you can see that in the first image, you have some personalized care. Right? For individual patient, there are one or two doctors, and uh, everything is readily available, right? Whereas in the second one, you have the scenario where no single bed is available and there are more patients, so they are unable to fit one patient on one bed, so multiple people will be using the same bed at the same time. So this is not very uncommon scenario in poor areas or no, like poor area or no deep towards rural area and all. This is quite general. So basically, how we can try to minimize the gap between these two images is the matter of interest. These are some of the major healthcare challenges globally which we have listed here. So, so when it comes to no, so as you can see that there are so many no challenges. The first challenge is long waiting times, then not having enough staff, then cost of accessing treatment, bureaucracy, aging population. The population of senior citizens is increasing day by day, and lack of investment. Awareness is less. A lot of things are there which are contributing in the dissatisfaction when people avail the medical facilities in the hospital. So, what are the future trends of healthcare based on those things or what is already going on, but still they are not satisfied? So, future of healthcare, you can see that you have trends, you have outcomes, you have enablers, means somebody is there who are giving you or enabling the entire system. Regulatory models are there, business models are there, technologies are there. Then we have some healthcare trends like people driven or maybe social media based or personalized trends, preventing and enhancing trends, you know, and something which you would like to have in your life on daily basis. Then if everything goes good, then we have a better healthcare system, which will have better health, better affordability, better accessibility, sustainability, and customer experience. What about this image? Hello?
Now it's audible, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yeah, now it's audible.
Yeah. That is what I thought something was that. Okay. So yeah, so how do we, like, as an engineer, what is our contribution in this entire process? Like, how we can enable the things to be better, to have better, experience as a user, or all those things. So that answer, I think, lies in this particular image. In fact, we have already discussed, like, we can basically harness the power of AI, that artificial intelligence. Like you can see that. This particular image, which has been created using artificial intelligence, and this hardly took any time. And now that we are using this Chat GPT and all those large language models. They are so good. Like, they give the thing so fast, so nicely, and so perfect if you give the correct prompt. So basically, as an in this position, when we are basically not even from medical background straightforward, we are from engineering background, and how we can utilize, that is what we will see now. So from that aspect, if you see the timeline of AI, this timeline of AI, you can see that from AI aspect is highlighted with the orange color, and then from medicine point of view, it is there in the blue color. So it has started somewhere in 1943, when the first model of neuron connected in a network has been shown. Then we have this Turing paper on machines and intelligence and all those things, and so on. And you can see that, like, a lot of changes have happened, and by 2014 we got this GAN, which we are still using, and 2022, 23, ChatGPT has come into the picture, and then we are still using it. So in very short span of time, a lot of new tools and techniques have come, a lot of new algorithms have been developed, and they have really changed the face of healthcare. Similarly, from medicine aspect, if you see, it all started from 1963 somewhere, and then we are using this radiology, like, this chat GPT in radiology, right? With the growth of CNN, UNET, and all those things, I'm sure that most of the those who are faculty member in the group, they definitely have come across some of the other things in this list. From market point of view, if you see, the market is quite attractive. From $0.83 billion, which was that in 2023, it is expected that by 2032, the revenue generated will be 17.75 billion. So this is actually an exponential growth in healthcare for India AI, in healthcare market basically. So that is why industries and everybody is spending a lot of money. They're pushing a lot of money in this one. So basically, how all these things, when they come together, how they will benefit an individual, how they will be giving you some good experience basically. And when do we use machine learning? It's a good time that I should be using AI, or now I should go for chat GPT, or IoT should be included, or shall I be going for this kind of sensor? Shall I be going for quantum learning, no, quantum machine learning, or should I be using only quantum sensor or normal biomedical sensor? So all those things, you know, how to decide, like, how do we select, how do we identify the correct problem statement? Yeah, some of them maybe I'll try to answer in the sessions, but anything which is very repetitive in nature, which is having high amount of data, you know, those things are generally much benefited from the use of AI. Something where more data is there, or something which is very much repetitive every on the daily basis, something is happening, you are getting a lot of images on daily basis, we can make use of AI. And whatever we are doing, all these algorithms or research or whatever we are doing, is basically to improve in person and online consultation basically. And definitely it is going to be a health assistive technique or tool, and it will provide the better medication management. Then it also helps in AI driven diagnostics, where Like there are so many diseases which we are able to identify only in the late stage, or when the disease is already has taken a bigger shape. So what if we have something which is non-invasive, just by images, if we can identify the disease, or AI based diagnosis system if we have, is definitely going to be of much useful for the individual. Then we have mining medical, no, we can have this medical reports online, so that anytime we can fetch the data, we can perform some research based on that. Then a better treatment can also be planned when we make use of this AI. Okay, so this particular slide is nothing but the future trends in healthcare. Uh, Whatever we have no, kind of seen maybe in bits and pieces, everything is clubbed together here, and the entire picture is shown. As you can see that the first thing comes with the health sensing. Like how can you sense the information? How can one sense the information and sense the data? Right? So the like because fetching information is the prime thing. The collection of data is the first thing that comes first. So the data can be fetched by activity monitoring. It can be fetched by smart eye glasses, or maybe from smartphone by using by doing this smart diagnosis. So basically, we can sense the information. We can know once the data has been fetched via any type of sensor, we can store that information in the cloud. So basically, this shows the internet connectivity. And this sensing, when you are doing, it's basically useful for early diagnosis. So early diagnosis again can be done in two ways, either in invasive or non-invasive way. So when it comes to non-invasive, we can use this, mobiles or no, uh, tablets, etc. Or invasive, you know that no, maybe through blood test or any kind of biopsy or any kind of such thing, we can identify the disease. So once this data has been collected, this particular information, in fact, this is what we most of the people are looking for. Like if we can get the data from in the image point of view from various no, types, then how we can utilize that for further research. So all these things which we are doing is basically nothing but for no continuous health monitoring or for providing a treatment plan. So when it comes to the health monitoring, it can either be for chronic diseases or for real-time monitoring. And health monitoring also, doctors have to do the health monitoring of the patient. So basically for them, we have this entire information, and this data can be stored in terms of electronic health record. So the entire patient detail is there, all the images are there, all the one-dimensional signals are there, every content is there, which can further be utilized. So this is stored somewhere in the medical center, medical server, right? The hospital is having its own personalized data, and this data is nothing but stored in the cloud. And there, actually, we can implement the algorithms which will give you AI-based decisions. Yeah, this thing also comes into the picture, the emergency responder system. It's nothing but basically, in any case of emergency, this system will be providing you the assistance. So basically, like teleoperation can also be considered in this one medicine healthcare system. And of course, all this data you can see in the user terminal. So if you see at any point, in any case, you can have a lot of ways for research. For example, how can you develop a system which can sense the health conditions in a better way? So we have a lot of sensors available ready-made in the market, but how can one design sensors for by themselves? Then early diagnosis, of course, how can you implement AI and machine learning and try to develop new algorithm, no, new algorithm so that the detection can be better. Then health monitoring, you know that chronic disease is something which is there persistent for more than a year, and which is not going away so soon. How can you, apply some AI based system there so that we can fetch the, we can plan properly, or we can fetch the total record and then see what to be done, all those things. Well, this is another chart which also gives like little more proper demarcation, like AI for healthcare. You can see that the components of medical AIoT or AIoT for health domain challenges are use cases. So when it comes to various components, there are so many components like sensors and devices. Then also comes the communication, because like in the previous slide you can see that the data is flowing from one place to another place. Like data is fetched in the sensors by a sensor, and then it is stored in the cloud. Then again, my computer will be exiting that cloud, and then will be processing the data. Will again send the recommendation. So when all these things are happening, this communication is happening. Now, what kind of protocol do we need to apply? How to ensure that the data is encrypted? All those things we need to actually take care, right? So there comes the communication part, and then which particular machine learning algorithm we need to implement or apply, like whether I should go for CNN or autoencoder or attention or transformers, all those things. Then various computing layers like embedded AI, edge AI, or cloud AI. So basically, the idea is very simple. Like suppose if I fetch one particular domain for understanding like no wearable, then you can actually work on wearable. You can design your own wearable system or small device which can be owned by the people, and then the data can be fetched. Okay. Similarly, for health domain challenges, it's health monitoring for diagnosis, for prognosis, or for any kind of explainability. Basically, like health monitoring can be again, no, might be in the wearable form, or it might not be. It might be totally non-contact form, or maybe a combination of both, which is hybrid. Similarly, diagnosis can be for any kind of condition. It might be physical health, it might be mental health, or any sort of development disorder. And prognosis, how the things are progressing, that how the things are taking shape. So that might be a long term outcome or maybe short term outcome, that thing you can see. Then explainability. So like when a system is developed, when it is showing that okay, it is giving this much accuracy, how do I believe that whatever it is saying is right or not? So I need that explanation, that how basically a particular CNN network has worked, and no convolution neural network has worked, and then how this accuracy has been achieved. So how to explain? No, I need to clean that black box. Like we cannot say that it's a black box only. So how what actually is happening inside, that thing we need to explain. And then again, the use cases for medical AIoT, like various kind of conditions are there. That might be for dementia care, which is a very big problem in today's scenario, where um, so many people are suffering from dementia, Alzheimer's, these kind of conditions. Then stroke and stroke recovery, and the cancer cases, either breast cancer or lung cancer or any sort of cancer. When suppose okay, so the data is fetched, and we have collected the data. We understand that we want to improvise the total experience. Now, how to decide when to use machine learning or when to use deep learning? So when data has been fetched, like variable sensor data or environmental data or glucose-based data or behavioral data or genetic data, any sort of data, whether it is a one-dimensional data or two-dimensional data or any such thing, what we need to do is we need to bring the different type of data which we have collected from various sources when you are going for solving any problem. The data first need to be converted into a common format. So one common format for all of the data, whether it is a glucose or variable sensor data or any genetic data, any kind of data, the first thing is a common format. Once this common format is created, apply, no, we want to make use of artificial intelligence. So this AI, when I am interested in using, whether I should be going for machine learning or deep learning, again, that depends whether we are interested in doing the data analysis, or we are interested in finding out a certain kind of pattern or pattern recognition. If it is for data analysis, we prefer to go for machine learning, and if it is for pattern recognition, we go for deep learning. And why do we do all this? We do all of these things for better prediction of the disease, for better diagnosis, and individual therapies. And once the prediction has been done, then this decision support system for patients and healthcare, it will tell you basically what is the decision, and then based on that, we need to take the action. So that is why that action will be called as data driven action, which will be giving you some improved output. This is one of the work which we have done in the lab, basically by utilizing all the concepts which I have said so far, like AIoT, then imaging, then we have used this deep learning models and all those things. So let me play this for you, then we can discuss it further. All right. So I hope you have seen the video. So what exactly we have done here is we have developed an application which is basically for kidney health. So one has to register here. They can register in the application by selecting a username and giving user ID and password. Once the registration is done, one can log in into this. As you can see, the name of the application is Kidney. That is basically for the kidney health, right? To see the how, like, if there is any condition on the kidney. So once one has done the login, the application will be asking for the patient name, age, gender, and if they have any previous kidney disease history, and contact number. Now, one can upload the kidney images. So this either you can do in real time, like you directly connect it with a scanner and then fetch it on tablet or something, or stored images also we can uh, upload. So you can see that this is a kidney image which is having no condition, right? It's a normal kidney image. So it says that the status as normal. In the second case, we can see that the kidney is having cyst. That shows that the status as cyst and it is suggesting to visit the nearby hospital. In the third one, we have the stone. And in this, we are having the condition of tumor. Then the application is connected through GPS. It will show all the nearby hospitals in the location wherever you have utilized this app. So this is actually our institute, and we have taken it here. So as you can see that it is showing nearby hospitals, and one can consult the corresponding hospital. So in this application, basically we have utilized all the concepts, like we have made use of the Internet of Things, we have made use of imaging techniques, we have made use of CNN models. We have also taken care the model is running on a mobile phone, so it was a lightweight model. Then we have also used the latest state of the art methods for stone or cyst identification, or no any kind of kidney condition identification. So basically, we dealt with four class classification where four different conditions we have considered for the kidney images. So what is the takeaway from this discussion so far? Basically, one thing is that the early diagnosis is important, which is definitely we have I have not discussed so far, but we all know that any kind of disease, if you can identify in its early stage, it's always good, and no, it should be likewise, so that we can plan the treatment plan in a better way. Then the diagnosis should be accurate, meaning if I have developed this application, it should be accurately diagnosing the condition. Like even if suppose this method you have developed, and then if you want to see the accuracy, we always say that something, no, 96, 97, 98% accuracy. So we are trying to achieve better accuracy. So it should be as accurate as possible. Then it should be non-invasive, of course, if possible. For most of the cases, at least um, the first review, what you can say, should be non-invasive, and then it should be robust. So robust in the sense that every time we do the diagnosis, it should be giving you the same thing, and it should not be affected by any environmental parameters. Then it should be accurate. Accurate in the sense that if we take the example of COVID, right? Suppose we developed some system, like during that time, in fact, not no many people developed a lot of systems towards uh, no this coronavirus detection. But at the end, if you see in the hospitals, we were still no dependent on swab test, because we were not able to believe that 98% accuracy is fine or not, or like whatever the 2%, suppose the 2% which is misclassified, or which the system says that it is having no corona, but that basically is no having the carrier of coronavirus. So we cannot leave such patients in open, and we were not able to believe those kind of systems, right, which were giving some 97, 98% of accuracy. So when you want to have all these things, like no a good diagnostic system, the major requirement is selection of proper imaging modality, then a suitable framework or system for diagnosis, and you reduce the burden of the doctor. Basically, what is the meaning of this sentence is that when you have developed a system, it is not basically giving you no 100% confidence that okay, this is the scenario. But let us say this particular application which I have shown you as an example, if I go and implement in some screening center, so I believe that if the system is showing 98% accuracy, at least 98% times I'll be able to tell whether the system is having any kidney condition and if they need to see the doctor or not. So still, no, the I mean, still, it will be much useful because when it goes to these rural areas or the places where the medical facilities are not really up to the mark, these kind of things are very much useful because it will give you like no a second opinion kind of thing. So, right selection of biomedical imaging modality for accurate and no correct diagnosis with simple and low cost procedure is the target always whenever we no, think of any problem. So, what kind of modalities basically one can use? We can use so many different type of modalities. The modalities which are based on either X-rays or sound or magnetism or radiopharmaceuticals or optical imaging. So basically, out of these five important things, we can go for any kind of modalities. For example, you can see here, X-ray means it may be CT scan or mammography images. Based on sound, we may have the ultrasound images. And magnetism based means MRI images. Then radioactive pharmaceutical based, where we make use of the nuclear medicine, the PET scan, which are very much important for your cancer cells. And then we have this light and optical based detection where endoscopy or OCT or fundus images comes into the picture. So depends at what I mean for what you are interested in imaging, what organ you are interested in imaging, and which technique will be suitable. Because in the very first step, you are not going to go for PET scan. You are not going to go for radioactive pharmaceuticals. And in fact, suppose if I select this kind of imaging modality as one of my research work, probably getting data also might be very difficult from the hospital. So when I say getting data, I'm not no, mainly targeting the open access data which is available on internet. I mean to say that the hospital data, which is from some Indian hospital for our population, which has been taken by Indian population. So that kind of data we can fetch. It is very good. And then if you are interested in no, having for bones or something, the X-rays are the way. And if it is any soft tissue, for example, breast or spleen or pancreas or something, ultrasound can be. So let us skip this particular. So yeah, these are some of the images. At a glance, you can see the fundus images, OCT images, ultrasound, X-ray, MRI, CT, PET, colonoscopy, endoscopy, fMRI, Doppler, mammograph, and so many are there. So what particular problem one is interested in tackling, they can choose accordingly and they can work on. Well, even if you're not able to fetch the data or if you're not able to get the data from the hospital, the real-time data, still we can start working in this by making use of the online data which is available, and probably for almost every type of problem you will be definitely getting one or two such standard data set which mostly people are using in their studies. So you can analyze and read and select the data appropriately. So basically, the problem which I have shown you for the kidney, the similar problem can be extended for any kind of images. So for example, here in the diagram, you can see that I have shown this fundus image. So the input is fundus image and there is a diagnosis system. Now what exactly we are planning to do? So whenever we say there is a plan, the plan is always to identify the severity of the disease. That is what the meaning of the accuracy, how accurate basically you are identifying. So when I'm saying the severity of the disease means, let us say in the kidney case, the application which we have seen, so whether it's a normal kidney or it is having stone or cyst or tumor, so basically you can say the severity level 1, 2, 3 or something likewise. If you are differentiating likewise, then the system should be able to tell which category it is belonging. So when category word comes into the picture, it is nothing but basically the classification of the problem or classification of the image basically. So we have actually done some work for eye images, especially for cataract. And the motivation come from the fact that India is having the highest number of blind people, and in that cataract is one of the major contributor because we know that it's a age related condition, and many times people simply avoid, and especially in rural areas they just ignore it till it is highly mature or something, and many times people will end up in losing their sight because of the ignorance towards the disease. So we thought that what if we have some application in such a way that we just click the image and check whether no, there is a cataract, or if there is a cataract, what is the stage of the cataract. If one can be referred to hospital, it will be probably no, a guiding factor for them, and they can make use of the medical facilities. Please let me know if you are able to hear this video sound.
Yeah.
Is it audible?
Yes, ma'am, it is audible.
So what I'm going to show is that basically when the fundus image, this thing when I'm seeing, there are like from fundus images you can identify a lot of different eye conditions. So we will see these short videos to understand that what are the kind of the eye conditions which one can take the research in forward direction.
Ma'am, video is
Video.
visible, but audio is not correct, ma'am.
Oh, that's what I wanted to ask. Okay, so audio is not visible. I mean, audio is not audible.
Not,
Okay.
not yet audible.
So this is basically age-related macular degeneration. This is also known as AMD. So what basically it is the deterioration of the center of the macula, I mean retina, which is called macula. This region, this is center of the retina, which is called macula, and it will be degenerated. So macula is nothing but it's a part of the retina which is responsible for the center vision. So whatever the image we see, the center of it will be created by this. And whenever you are seeing some image or something, so this colors and fine detailing, especially in mobiles and all, this thing can be seen, or macula is the something which is responsible for this. So basically, in the case of AMD, above 55, there will be no the too much effect of this will be seen, and in the beginning stage there will not be any loss of vision. but as the age grows, there may be a loss of it. So, what basically the solution is, the early diagnosis is the solution. Early diagnosis comes only by the regular health checkups and all. And if there is a degeneration started, as you can see that the center part start losing the fine grains and fine detailing. So basically colors will start looking blur and the fine details will not be able to see. So this particular problem is quite common among the seniors and the elders basically. So one can make use of this techniques of AI and see if there can be some algorithms can be proposed or there can be hardware which you can develop which can be helpful for AMD detection. One second, please. I hope it is visible.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Similarly, we have this another condition which is glaucoma. So what actually happens is that in a healthy eye, we have there's a no there will be a balance of this fluid which is getting generated in the eye, and the fluid which leaves the eye also, right? So basically, this balance will keep this liquid basically this will maintain the pressure in the eye. This checkup we might have gone no if you go to some eye checkup, they will be checking the eye pressure. So basically, this liquid is responsible for that. Now, once this liquid is generated, this is having this kind of drainage system, means this liquid must drain out, right? So you can see that here. So this will be controlling the inflow as well as the outflow, and it will keep nourishing the eye, right? So the drainage system is something very much similar to this normal sink. Whatever the fluid is getting generated, it will go out also. But now the issue is that when there is a blockage happens, so if blockage happens, this liquid will be keep collecting over here. It will not be able to go out. And once the liquid is more, right, then what will happen? The pressure in the eye will be keep increasing, and the pressure will keep no, elevating here. So what happens once that happens? These are nothing but the optical nerve, and the increased pressure due to the collection of that liquid. The major affected part will be these nerves only, and these nerves are tend to be ruptured due to the extra pressure. So if you don't look into this condition, or if you just ignore the condition, what happens is finally it will damage the optical nerve. And if optical nerve is damaged, then the eyesight will be lost. So glaucoma is again a problem, no, where you can see the effect is at the end of the eye, like no, inside the eye. So imagine a condition, no, if you are totally because it will not be seen from the outside. So regular checkup or those kind of things are very important, in this kind of scenario. Then there is a third eye condition which is diabetic retinopathy. As the name says that it is associated with the diabetes basically due to the excess sugar in the body. So if the sugar is high in body, in eye, if the condition comes, that is known as diabetic retinopathy. If in blood it is more, you know that that is the sugar condition or the diabetes. But if in eye we have, no, due to high sugar, we will be having this eye condition. Yeah. So whenever there is a diabetes, someone is suffering from diabetes, it means that they have more glucose in their body, and ultimately it will lead to this diabetic retinopathy. So that is why the people who are having diabetic condition, they are supposed to check the eye regularly. So what basically it does is that if there is a high level of sugar, it will be damaging the retina by no damaging these blood vessels. So these images basically are the fundus images which you can either get from the hospital, or you can actually click it by using a camera which is called as DI camera. It is connected with your normal phone or with your iPhone, Android phone or iPhone. So different models comes, and then one can do search in this direction also. Then there is another condition which is cataract. So cataract is nothing but the cloudiness of the eye. Most of us are knowing what is cataract, and you know that it is one of the, they are the leading cause for the uh, blindness. So basically, there is a lens in the eye. You can see that there is a lens in the eye, and once this lens is clouded, or yeah, so this lens is basically whenever the light is we see, it will be no merging at the end, and it will be generating an image. If the lens is clouded by some reason, like it's a dirty no glass, like how we use the glasses, if the lens is dirty, we can't see the image clearly. And the same concept is here in the cataract. If the lens is having the cloudiness or the kind of cloud or whitish color, then one cannot see the image properly. As well as at the night, we will be having the glare problem. So of course, people can't see so nicely and they cannot have that clear image. They will not be able to enjoy the life like how a normal person can be. So cataract is definitely need to be treated because no cataract will not give you that much time. Once the cataract started getting developed, within a year one is supposed to treat. In case if it is matured and ruptured, then one will be ending up in losing the eyesight. So these are some of the conditions, and as I said that no, if if you want to develop some diagnosis system, basically it is nothing but the classification problem with the help of images, which is a two-dimensional signal. Right? So you can make use of various no, like the thing what one is supposed to do is that in this entire methodology we can basically divide into four steps. Like you can select a proper type of imaging modality, then you decide what pre-processing you wish to do, because whatever imaging you are fetching images, they should be neat, they should be of the proper size, and they should be taken in the proper condition, because any random image we cannot consider as a data set. So some pre-processing is required. Once it is done, then you extract the important features from the images, and based on that, apply some CNN, no, apply some deep learning technique and perform the classification. So these are the four important steps for any kind of problem if one is working with the images. So with this, I'll conclude my talk. If there is any question, please let me know. I'll be happy to answer. I think because we are running out of time.
Ma'am, one participant has asked about, is it possible to discuss about the support vector machine?
Support vector machine actually. Do you need to understand the concept of this one? If something specific to presentation, if you want to ask or any problem, then it is fine because support vector machine itself is a topic, right, to understand. So maybe I can share some good YouTube videos for that, so that you can get some better.
Actually, it can be used for this analysis biosignal processing now.
Yes. Oh, okay. If
Because
that's the
you
question.
mentioned classification of image algorithm thing. You mentioned it and also you mentioned image algorithm.
Okay, if that is the question, definitely we can use. In fact, we have used in if you see the paper published from our group, we have used SBM for almost no most of the problems. Yes, we can very well use it.
It is actually my question is that some of our students are doing the project in the biomedical signal processing, but they have to try to get some algorithms to obtain the latest result because we know that the random forest or a boost algorithm only we are familiar. What are some of the algorithms we use for this classification, ma'am?
No, actually, see this SVM you can use wherever there is a supervised condition. Like when you know that if you have the annotated data, you can very well utilize SVM. So SVM is usually giving you the better result as compared to others in most of the cases. So you can very well use like this. But suppose if it is not supervised, then definitely you need to choose some other options.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Yeah, hi.
Am I audible?
Yes, please tell me.
For me, the voice is not visible. I have
No,
a small
it's,
doubt actually.
yeah.
Would this AOT and IoT is go up with the mental illness?
Actually, frankly, I have not worked in mental illness, but uh, mental illness, when it comes, I think it is basically about your daily routine or the pattern. So,
Yeah.
because it's again like this AI is something which you can utilize wherever there is a repetition of data or there is a similar pattern of data. So, how do you identify when someone is not in a good mood or like leave illness part? I mean, in general, I'm telling. Suppose as a person, if you know me, you know that how I'm going to behave in certain kind of conditions, right? Like if you know me for some time, you know that how you will be expecting a certain kind of behavior from me. But if I'm not doing that, as per the expectation, you'll feel that okay, something is wrong with her today. Probably she's not in a
Oh,
good
that's
mood,
okay. Uh,
right?
that's fine, ma'am. I have one more clarification regarding the confirmation of data. How will you check up? Because again, we are going to rely on some software or program.
Yes. So once see, there is when you are relying on some program, it is perfectly fine because that is what we have to use. But there is something, the intuitional thing. Let us say when I am seeing some cataract image, and by seeing the image, you can see that there is a cloudiness, and you can clearly confirm that yes, there is a cataract. Now, suppose the machine says that it is not a cataract. It means you understand that there is something wrong with our intuition, right? So whenever there is a model developed, it is not just that you give the data.
Okay. Then my final question is how it is going to be helpful for the layman or who is illiterate, those who are not aware of AI, OT and IoT.
No, that is what sir, I'm telling. My answer was not completed. Actually, what I'm saying is that suppose some algorithm you have developed, you have fed the data, then you are seeing certain output. So when it is giving the output, it should also match with our intuition.
Yes.
So it is not like it's not totally random because I know what is the input, I know what algorithm I have developed, and I know what output I'm expecting. So if it is giving extremely random thing, then I should get a red flag. Okay, there is something wrong.
Yes.
So this thing I need to explain. When I'm getting a certain output, I should go into the detail of the model. I should explain it. That is the concept of explainability AI, basically. Explainable AI or explainability, you can say. So where you explain how actually it is working and whatever my intuition is, If I'm matching with the output what the machine is giving, then white is right. So then only you will be having the faith in my algorithm. Yes, whatever she has developed is actually working.
Yeah,
So explainability has to be there. It is not just no feeding a random data in a feed some model and then getting the output. That alone is not enough actually now.
yeah.
We have to explain it.
Sir, for first question, mental illness question, morning sessions are gave that some ideas about that emotions, EDA analysis. That will be support to identify the mental illness. I hope.
Okay, okay. Thank you, thank you.
Okay. If no more further questions, maybe we can close for this.
Yeah, if there are no questions, we can close the sessions. So I extend my heartfelt thanks to our speaker, Dr. Priyanka Kokil, for delivering such an insightful and enriching session. Your expertise and clarity have greatly added value to today's program, ma'am. So thank you, ma'am, for sharing your time, knowledge, and experience with us. We truly appreciate your contribution. Thank you so much, ma'am. So, dear participants, we will have a short break and look forward to giving the same string by attending the next session at 2 p.m. I kindly request participants to join the sessions at so before 10 minutes before the session begins. So, thank you all. We'll meet at 2 o'clock.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, ma'am.